Mr. Naughty Boom, is that the way you pronounce your name? That is, according to your complaint. You were out having a lovely dinner with your girlfriend. We were at the defendant's restaurant. Actually, no, not at the defendant's restaurant. We had just come from dinner and we were at the defendant's restaurant. Judge, what were you doing there? Coming by to see a friend of ours. It was a bartender, so you were just there for a drink or just there to visit? We're going to have one. Yeah, and according to your complaint, you were Manhandling, one of the defendant's employees, the doorman. Yes. You want an apology in the form of $1,000? Well, first, I just want an apology, but now it's gone farther than that, Judge. Well, tell me about the evening. Well, we just finished dinner and we were at their restauranting through to the back bar. And Ginger said she had to use the restroom, so she went off too. Use the restroom, and within about another minute, gentleman sitting here in the black shirt came up to me and said I couldn't stand there. I had to move. And I really didn't know who he was, didn't warn me or introduce himself. What exactly did he say to you? Came up and said, you gotta move. You can't stand here. Judge, did you say why? I said I was waiting for her to come out of the restroom. I'd only be a minute. And he said he didn't care. You gotta move or you're out of here. And I said, well, you better get your manager, your doorman. And at that point, he said he was a doorman as well. And at that point, Ginger was walking back out of the bathroom. I turned. He grabbed me by the arm as I was turning and started to push me out the door towards the back door. Personally, I wanted to clock the guy because, yeah, I felt it was unwarranted. But I didn't do it because I'm in the business as well. I own a couple of bars and restaurants, and I knew that it was a no-win situation. You are Mr. Zipfel. Yes, Your Honor. Judge, were you a witness to this incident? No, I wasn't. I'm the general manager of the restaurant. And I have my employees here with me that were there. And I have a picture of the sign right there. The actual sign. All right? It says, hey, the fire marshal says do not stand in the aisle. It doesn't look like a very serious sign. Sir, you want to know why it doesn't look like a serious sign? Because there's misspelling. In there, it doesn't look like a fire marshal sign. It's not an actual fire marshal sign. It's just our concept has that kind of wordage in there, menus and all that type of thing. Just a suggestion to you. And I know it's gratuitous, but if you want somebody to take a sign seriously, you don't spell says. Says. You want them to take it seriously, you make it look like a serious sign. Not like it's a joke. All right, let me hear from you up here. Your name, sir? Alex, S-H-P-I-G-E-L. Alex. Spiegel. Mr. Spiegel. You want to tell me you are the doorman or whatever? I'm the doorman here. Yeah, Judge, tell me about your recollection of the evening. Okay, on the night, I was standing next to the stairs, where the yellow stairs were. And when I turned around, this gentleman was standing in the aisle. And there was, like the manager said, the night was pretty slow. So there was nobody else standing there. So I asked him once if he could move. Judge, why? 'Cause, well, first it is because nobody else standing there. Because the waiters have to get food from the kitchen the tables, and they have big trays. And it's a lot. So a fire marshal say, we will be in trouble if a fire marshal comes and our people in the aisle. So I turn around. I ask the gentleman if he's to move. And he very rudely says, I'm not moving, Guntel. You get the rest of these people to move. I look around and said, there's nobody else there. I said, sir, you got to move. He goes, I'm not moving until my... So you looked around and there wasn't anybody else standing there? Alex, not in the aisle? No, ma'am. Well, were there a lot of other people around there? Oh, of course. It was a restaurant, but how many other people were around there? Upstairs, maybe 100, maybe? And he was standing there all by himself in the aisle, according to you. Yeah, basically. He was standing right under the sign. Actually, he was standing right in the middle of the aisle, which is about 4 feet. And he was standing in the middle of it, just with wasn't doing anything wrong. No, not at all. Did he tell you he was waiting for his girlfriend? Home so? And what happened? I gave him. I said, okay. And he answered twice rudely that he's not moving. I said, okay, then you have to leave, 'cause he's getting a little aggressive. How, just a second. How is he getting aggressive? Well, he was answering in really foul language, I guess. You know? I don't want to say, but he was answering that. I ain't moving Guntel. You get the rest of these people to move. Gavel pounding dramatic music.